Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory Season 2. Now listen, we've done an excellent job over here. I'm just going to scoot myself over, because in between I did a boatload of work. Number one is, look at this facility. Oh, it's nice to see it all up and running. You could even look at the power supply there. The capacity is doing a little bit better than the consumption. We're actually still meandering pretty close, you'll see. I'll show you why in a few minutes, because I expanded production as well in between, and there's a lot going on. So one thing I will say, listen, we're producing 250 megawatts of power. I think these are all running at 100%, which is fantastic. And we've got 15 of them, 20 of them. So really pleased with that. That's a nice solid chunk of power there. What is that, like 5,000 power, 2,000? Yeah, I think it's about 5,000, which is great. It really did add on to the production here. It actually really pretty well doubled our capacity. Actually, it more than doubled our capacity. And we've got the nuclear power plant as well that we can work on. It's a little bit more tricky, but you know, we'll figure that one out when we get there. Now I'm going to show you the other components that we took care of, because you can see quantum encoding. We had enough supercomputers, we had enough turbo engines. I don't remember what those are called, but those. I am making a bunch of the nuclear pasta still, but from what I recall, it's not done yet, because we do need 1,000. And, you know, the other components I don't think we've actually started working on, because we need to unlock quantum encoding, which is kind of what our goal is to do that today. We actually have those two little ticket items that we need, and it's going to be very exciting to hear what Ada has to say about all of this. I know we're going to be in the hypertube for a while, so we'll just cut to when we're arriving at our proper destination. And here we are. So, oh my gosh. Oh, that's good to know. I don't think I've actually come down there in a while. So, there's a lot going on here. Remember how I talked about how this area was such a nice area to build a factory? Well, we made good use of it. Now, I went up and I found SAM ore, which looks so pretty. It's so purple and nice. And that's all the way up there. Up there. There it is. And so we're collecting SAM ore. It's coming down here, and we are converting it into things we need. We've got a nice little stockpile of it there, but we've got beautiful little, they're called reanimated SAMs. So constructors build those off, and I see we've actually, it's kind of excellent, but everything appears to be locked up right now, because this is full. Oh, I probably ran out of a few minor components. So in these fellas, these manufacturers here, we're producing the SAM fluctuators, and that requires some wire and steel pipes. Now that is one flaw that I have not worked out yet, as I do need to connect steel pipes and some basically better materials here to make it run, because I did manually bring them over just because of, you know, limitations. But then they go they make those, and they go in here, which is fantastic. I don't remember what I need them for, but we're making them nonetheless. And then we have the converter right here. So what's going in here is the reanimated SAM, and the options are, there are a few options. Actually, I'll just show you. You can do with Caterium, you could do it with iron. I've just chosen aluminum because that's what we had at our disposal from up top. I was just taking some extra aluminum and brought it down, but ultimately I'll probably use a different material, because the aluminum is there's not very much of it. We're running at about 24%, about 20% between that, and you know, it's not the most efficient system, but well, it's running. So we've got that going, making the little friends here, half of which is going in here, because I know that we need this fixed site ingot for other things. And then we have a little constructor right here turning it into dragons. Don't ask me why that's another step. It just is. So we're going to just take a couple of these with us, because you know, we need some over at the main base there. Now, I just want to double check here. You know, what was the... Okay, so that's running totally fine. It's this that's a challenge. I really don't remember what I need these for, but I do know that they're needed for another component. Probably one of the last 3 components. So there's that. That's all set up. And then we have this fella right here. Now, you might be wondering, oh, what are you doing over here? I'm making diamonds. So we're turning coal into diamonds. We're rich now. We're rich. We're rich. Look at our little diamond stash. Do we have a diamond stashed? We do, which is amazing. So this whole system is using quite a bit more power, and there's a little bit more that I haven't shown you yet, but, you know, we'll get there soon. So this thing is taking those diamonds, and it is converting them into dime crystals, because that's how science works. Now, they are being stored in here. I'm just going to take a couple stacks out as well, because we're going to use them too. And we're going to head back over to our main base so I can show you, well, so we can hear from Ada. And then I'll go and show you the other stuff I did, because I did a little more, just a smidge more. All right, so my dearest Ada, tell me some secrets now. Tell me your secrets, Ada. I want to know them. I need to know them.
Milestone reached. This is not a competition, but other pioneers, such as 83CKY and U531355, had already completed project assembly by this point.
Disrespect.
Fix-It was obviously wrong about you, but perhaps so was I. Regardless, you have finally unlocked the Quantum Encoder, which requires vast fluctuating power and excited photonic matter to produce highly complex parts. Do not make the same mistakes managing the resulting dark matter residue as you did other byproducts. Project part number 11, the AI expansion server, is now your highest priority. Galaxy-wide project management is taxing to even the most advanced among us, especially those who have to manage the less advanced.
Hey.
Like kittens and puppies, who are definitely still waiting for you to save them.
I love that we do a throwback to that every now and then. She likes to just sprinkle it in there. She's like, remember the kittens and puppies that we talked about all those moons ago? They're still there. They're still waiting. And you're failing them. Thank you, Ada. I appreciate it. You're doing the best work here that ever was. So, okay. This is what I did. We got 3 going now. Somehow, I don't know exactly how, but we made it happen. And we are making nuclear pasta in all of them. So you can see right here, we've got actually quite a few. It's not quite 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So we're sitting at about 1,200. That's pretty good overall. It's being a little restricted by this fella being slow. So I think what would be good is to just put in another assembler. Let's just snap. Oh, no, never mind. We should snap it down over here. Oh, and there's the quantum encoder that we need. I do not have all the components for it, but I will put that on my to-do list so we can take a look at what we need there. We'll be going back to the base as well, like the main factory, just to verify some of the stuff that we need. Okay. It looks janky, but it works. That's all that matters to me. Let's throw in the pressure conversion tube. Perfect. So it is going to be making those now, and then we've got to do some mergers here, and we will throw that in there. So that should be running now. Are we good? Okie dokie. Hopefully, it looks fine. Anyway, so that'll double the production capacity of these, because we had a few little limitations here with this. Everything's kind of, that one's running at 62%. I don't know how accurate that is. Certainly this one's getting more than the other two. So are you actually running at 60? I'm confused as to how this science works, but it's fine. Let me grab couple of these, actually. Let me just... see? Look how fine it is. And you, good sir, you may have... Well, I'd prefer if you actually just had half of them, thanks. Let's just put 25 in there, and we'll put 25 in here. So that kind of solves one problem, because by the time they go through the 25, it's going to take them, I don't even know, how long? 2 minutes, 4 minutes per, like an hour, maybe more. That's good. That's good. So anyway, we've sorted that out. We're going to keep allowing that to function. I suppose I could have taken some with me, but I'm not going to do that. Now, I need some cooling systems, and this is something I'm a little bit worried about. I don't know if, like, you can see, we don't really have many spare supercomputers or turbo motors to go around. The nuclear pasta is mostly self-sufficient now. Like, that is able to sit as is. Like, I'm quite sure I gave them enough resources to do what they need to do over there. It's the next 3 components that end up being our main focus while that runs. So that's also a very slow process. I don't know how quick the next process is. And I do feel like where it's going to take place will be over by the converters that we were just looking at just before going over to the nuclear area. So we're just here to take a quick look and see if I can find myself any more cooling systems. This is the main tricky predicament of the whole, again, I always say it, of our whole build is the manual pushing of things around. Because then things don't do stuff they're supposed to do. Even if, you know, because we could do even just a poor automation, and at least it would run. You're missing heat sinks. Yeah, but you've got enough of these, so I'm just going to grab them and run away. For now, just before we run... I guess I could run on the tube. Just before we run on the tube, let's just take a look at the quantum encoder. Oh, that looks cool. I like it. It's a very fun looking building. All right. Hello, quantum encoder. You are a fascinating build. You're giving me science, but in a bad way. Okay, I can't go through those little limbs. But anyway, let's look at this and see what you need. Okay. That's not so good. So you... oh, jeez. Oh, man. Okay, I can do this. Oh, God. What the hell is this? Okay. Well, this is interesting. I had to go and whip out my written down instructions for myself because I did a little bit of tracking and figuring out what each of the main components there need, but not what the next components. not the next ones. So, okay. I'm actually screwing up because that component, the biochemical sculptor, is actually, I think, taken care of in the converter. Fortunately, I don't have the materials to build that right now, but maybe, is there actually, let me just see here, are there any infused modular frames here I could perhaps borrow? Ah, look at that. Fantastic. So, yeah, looking at that, okay, so this stuff is needed for the AI expansion server. So apparently it needs magnetic field, 256 magnetic field generators. Yeah, let's actually just click on it. Yeah, so we'll need 256 of these, 256 of these, and then super oscillators, 256 of those as well. And then this stuff, you put test photon interactions through SAM. Okay. All right. You put whatever that white stuff is in there. Oh gosh. This is terrible. This is terrible. So how do I make this? Produced in a particle accelerator. Why would it be produced anywhere else? Oh my goodness. This is a straight up banana fest. I don't approve of any of this. Okay. And then we're talking about we need this one as well. So more supercomputers. Oh geez. So we need 256 supercomputers too. And then we've got time crystals, which will be fine. That'll be fine. It's really making the excited photonic matter that might be confusing. And then dark crystal. Yeah, so we need to figure out the liquids. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let me just see as well. Are we missing nitrogen gas, water? No. I do feel like nitrogen gas might be the next important thing here for us to grab. But let's head back home real quick to just figure out a few steps and look at a few different liquids here and gases to see if we fully understand and fully grasp what we're about to do. Because this next portion is quite the endeavor. And I think maybe focusing on the biochemical sculptor first while collecting components for that other stuff would be good. So I think what we should do, I just came back here to kind of do a little review here. I think we make use of the rest of this area. And I think this is where we focus that production. Now, as well, it keeps it nice and straight. I was thinking, you know, we could go to the desert, but I don't know if we need quite that much space to make things work. This is kind of, you know, open concept, we'll call it. Open concept. What I do need, though, I need the little fluctuators here. Should be... Nope, not this one. This... they got one. I knew it was one of them. I knew it was one close by. Give me you... Good, good, good. And two, I really do wish that this was, we were getting more here. So I think what I'm going to do is let's just put in a couple of industrial storage units, because ultimately what happens is later when I expand the system, I can pull from these. And this will make life easier. It will make me a happy man if I've got some extras here. Now, splitter. Let's just do right there, sure. This is really the first time I have been overwhelmed with the next quantity of stuff that we're about to be working on. This portion is very complicated, and since my other portions are so weak, now I've got some logistical issues to balance out. I do think flattening out the rest of this area will be the good thing to do. It'll be the next big step. But before I do that, I'm just going to run over this way so that we can head back home and review what everything is made out of. Also, I need to go and deconstruct the quantum encoder that I left over by our coal factory because I am a silly, silly lad. A good portion of me does think it would be funny to set up a whole other factory over in the desert and just run things over in trains so we can restart, basically. Would be fun, would be funny, would be a good time. However, trying not to break my legs. We're not going to do that quite yet. I do just want to see right here. Hello, friend, my little hub. Talking to you about... This is what I wanted to see. Okay, so... How does one... Are you not going to tell me how to build these things? No, you're not. Oh, I thought that's... Alright, so let's get rid of the quantum encoder here and take a quick look at this bad boy right here. Now, tell me your secrets, little friend. Excited photonic matters. This is the... What? You just... Wait. Are you shitting me? I was wondering, I was like, why can't I find a recipe for this? Is it just that you... Okay, alright, fine, sure. You know what? You know what? You know what? I can't... Are you Interesting. I accept. I don't, I can't complain about that. I was really, like, confused about that for a bit. And you know what I'm gonna do today, since we're here and I've just learned that? We're just gonna make a couple of those over there, and we're going to store them as well. So let's just go in here. I'm gonna go pick up some radio control units, and then we're going to make ourselves some, what shall I say? We're gonna do some buffers, fuel buffers, or liquid buffers, I should say, and just fill ourselves up with that. And that way, if I stock up a bunch of liquid, then I don't need to worry about the power supply getting wonky. I think this is a brilliant idea. I hope you folks agree. Now, there's a lot, I'm really realizing there's a lot of work for me to do with the automation. My failures in automation, I did not do well. I'm so sorry, folks. I really wish that I had done a better job. But alas, here we are. Organization, give me some fluid buffers. Give me 10 of them. Something like that. Something dumb like that. We need more plastic, and I need more radio control units. I don't actually need 10, but I figured 10 was a good number. All right, so I just had to move that little fella around, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put things over here. You may be wondering why I've doubled up the foundations. The main reason is if I delete the bottom one, I want to, or if I delete one of them, I don't want to fall through and die. Because, you know, sometimes we accidentally delete things we're not supposed to, and this is not a great place to be. So I'm just going to fill up as many foundations as possible. Hopefully we've got enough cement, or concrete I should say, to do this. Enough concrete and the little plates. And I'm thinking, you know, what I'll do in between is really do all the math for everything that we need, and we're going to start stockpiling stuff. I know I don't need a whole lot of that liquid, but, oh, look at that. We built 5,000 foundations and got an achievement for it. I know I don't need a whole lot of that liquid. Like, we need a reasonable amount, but if I stockpile a bunch, that will at least help us out a little bit and prevent us from going over power, hopefully. Is there a bunch of... I was intelligent a little while ago. I had some brains in me head, and that will do nicely. Okay, let me just finish this up real quick. Okay, so we've got beautiful fluid buffers finally set up here. We got them pushing all the way back nicely. There's 5 on each side. All of these ones in a line. They are connected. You can see by that little blip of orange. They're basically hugging right up to each other. And what I'm going to do is we're going to take the converters now, and I'm going to put one of them right here. I'm wondering, can I line it up? But also, where's the... Oh, that's the intake. Oh, okay, excellent. Sorry, I was getting confused there. So there's the output. Oh, we can line the output up. Perfect. Can I line the output up on this one? But I can't even see. It's not good for me, because I feel like this one's going to be the one that is slightly more challenging. I'll actually put it pretty close. Is that good? That's a good distance. And then we'll put this one right beside it. I just need to see, do we need to put in, I do need to put in one more line of foundation. That's been causing me some problems, as we need occasionally a little bit more. And there we go on that. Okay, so the plan with this one is this one here, right there, is going to be the main power one that does the excited photonic matter. So that's going right in. And then this one here is going to be the dark matter residue. So we're at least starting the stockpile of these two. I know it isn't exactly, you know, necessary isn't the right word. Well, maybe. It isn't exactly necessary to do it now, but at least if I can, like I said, build this little stockpile now, then when it comes to starting the process later, I don't need to use as much power. And we've got a little bit of a stockpile, and in case there is a power problem, we can continue with it. I don't need to worry right off the bat. So either way, that one's starting up, and then I need the excess ones of this. So right now, a lot of it is going directly into storage, but what I think I really would like to do is throw it over there right now. So I guess what I can do is I'm going to just take conveyor, put it here, put it up to, that looks good. And I'm going to put a merger on it. Not perfect system, but again, it's fine. And bonk, 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 and bonk. Perfect. And then I'm going to take this away. Yes, we're satisfied with that? It's all flowing? Okay, cool. So this isn't, again, this isn't fully necessary, but we're taking charge of it right now, making it a little bit easier on us for the future. And then we're going to be focusing on, over the next couple of episodes, working on all those other components. So specifically getting that biochemical sculptor and getting the AI expansion thingy up and running. I just had to make sure it is this one that needs it. So that's going to consume those, and we're going to be pumping in a ton of liquid. Now, you know, 200 a minute. It's going to take a little while to fill these up, but I'm not too worried about it. Is this a gas, by the way? I think it's a gas. I don't think it's liquid. Oh my goodness. That's a gas. That means I could have stacked them on top of each other. I wasn't thinking. Oh well. Now we know. At least that makes things a little bit easier for transportation. So I'm going to leave that be. I'm very pleased about that whole situation. And then next time around, we're going to focus on those other items. We might do, well, we're going to have to set up all of this, at least with the foundations. Maybe I'll stop doing the doubles because the doubles are taking so many resources. But we're going to set that up and then work on those other components. We might set a little bit of a skeleton up so we can do math together. But other than that, I think we're good. I hope you folks did enjoy today's episode of Satisfactory. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, thank you for stopping by. Happy you did, and I'll see you next time.